All right, if you're even thinking about buying a home in Florida, you need to listen up, seriously. The rules have completely changed, and what you don't know, well, it could really end up costing you. We're going to break down the new landscape of Florida real estate right now. So, are you buying a home in Florida? Maybe you're just starting to look, maybe you've been deep in this search for months. Honestly, it doesn't matter, because the ground has totally shifted under your feet. The entire process you thought you knew is about to change. And look, I know that sounds super dramatic, but I'm telling you, it's true. A massive settlement has completely rewritten the rulebook for anyone buying a home here. The old way of doing things, it's officially over. But stick with us, and you're going to be the smartest buyer in the room. Okay, so what exactly are we talking about here? What has changed? Well, we are in a brand new era for home buyers, where understanding the new rules isn't just, a nice little advantage. It's absolutely essential. The whole dynamic of the deal has been turned on its head. So let's look at the before and after, because this is the real core of it. Before August 2024, the seller typically paid the buyer's agent. That cost was just kind of baked into the home's price. It was simple, sure, but you had zero say in it. Now, that whole automatic payment is gone. Every single dollar that goes to your agent is now out in the open, it's transparent, and this is the big one, it's negotiable. And all this new transparency leads us to what is now, without a doubt, the single most important decision you're going to make right at the beginning. Who is really working for you? Understanding your representation, that's not some small detail anymore. It's the foundation of your entire home buying journey. You've basically got two main paths. With single agency, your agent is your fiduciary. It's a fancy word that just means their legal duty is to you, and only you. They're your advocate, in your corner, fighting for your best interests. On the other hand, a transaction broker is more of a neutral facilitator. They help with the paperwork for both you and the seller, but they don't represent either side. So think of it this way. Do you want a coach or just a referee? So let's dig into that word fiduciary for a second. What does it actually mean? It's a legal obligation. It means your agent has to be loyal to you, they have to keep your financial information completely confidential, and they have to disclose everything they know. It is the highest level of protection you can have, the gold standard of real estate representation. And just to be crystal clear on this, Florida has a very strict rule to prevent any conflicts of interest. Dual agency is illegal. One agent cannot legally represent both the buyer and the seller as fiduciaries in the same deal, period. This whole thing is to make sure your agent's loyalty is 100% to you and you alone. Okay, so you get the theory, but how do you actually put all this into practice? Well, the new rules have created a new, mandatory first step that you have to take before you can even start looking at homes with an agent. And don't worry, it's a simple 3-step process. First, you just have an open conversation with your agent about representation and compensation. Second, you sign a written agreement that spells out all their duties and the fee you agreed on. This protects both of you and keeps everything transparent. And third, once that's in place, you can finally start the fun part, touring homes. Now, this might seem like an extra hoop to jump through, but here's the payoff. These new rules give you an incredible amount of financial power. So let's break down how you can use that to your advantage. You now have two main strategies when you make an offer. With strategy A, you can offer a slightly higher price for the house, but then negotiate for the seller to give you a credit at closing to cover your agent's fee. This can be a smart move if you want to finance that cost into your mortgage. With strategy B, you offer a lower price for the home and just pay your agent directly. This can lower your overall purchase price and maybe even your future property taxes. Which one is right for you just depends on your financial situation. So here are the key financial takeaways. First, asking for a seller credit to cover fees is totally legal and it's going to be a common practice. Second, remember, no matter how you structure the deal, all the money ultimately comes from you, the buyer. But the crucial difference, the real game changer, is that now, for the first time, you have a direct say in how that money gets spent. So what's the bottom line here? The real estate game has fundamentally shifted in your favor. The old system of hidden costs and behind-the-scenes deals is gone, and it's been replaced by a new era of transparency and, well, buyer empowerment. You know, this quote really captures the new reality of Florida real estate perfectly. In this new market, knowledge isn't just power, it's your single greatest advantage. It's everything. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. For the very first time, you have direct control over your representation and the costs involved. You are officially in the driver's seat. So, now that you get to write the rules of your own deal, what's it going to look like?
Making it easy, making it fun. Search for your home in the land of the sun. Powered with homes.com, doing it right with Slice of Florida.